Hey, I'm Ashley. Welcome to my channel. Today's look is sort of a desert sun kind of inspired look. I've done this eye look a few times and I really enjoyed the way it's turned out. So if you want to see how I did it, just keep watching. Okay, so I already did my foundation, concealer, powder, and I primed my lids with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, just the regular right now. And I also curled my eyelashes. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette. And I'm going to take the shade Skimp. And I'm just going to put it all over my lid up to my brow bone just to give the rest of the shadows a really smooth canvas to go over. And to help really neutralize the whole thing. Plus it'll act as my brow bone highlight. So I'll just put that all over the lid. And it's just a really creamy neutral shade. Like sort of a sheen. So it has it's a really good brow bone highlight. And that's that right there. Kind of blends in with my skin because I'm so pale, which is why it's also perfect. And so I think the next thing I'm going to do, I don't remember the shadows that I used in the photo of the last time I did this look. But I've done this look a couple times and I just kind of change up the shadows every now and then. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette with a fluffy brush. And I'm going to take this shade, I think I'm going to go in with the shade Mousse. And that's just a neutral brown shade. And I'm going to put that all in the crease, and it's going to kind of act as my transition shade. I'm going to tap off the excess and then go in and kind of bring it up above the crease just to kind of act as the transition. And I'll probably go in with the shade, not the shade any more of the color on the brush, but I'm going to go in with the same brush lighter to kind of blow out the rest of the shades and blend them better. So the same thing on the other eye. Again, just a little bit above the crease, but in the crease. And you have to blend a lot, that way it looks blended. But smooth, and so there's not like color, it all kind of molds together. Okay, so to kind of give it more of a orange tinge to it, because I want it to look kind of like a sunset, I'm going to take a slightly smaller brush in my crease, and I'm going to take the shade Peanut Butter, which is also in that same palette, and it's more of almost an orangey brown. And that's that one right there. So I'm just going to concentrate this one in the actual crease. Just concentrate it in that socket. And see, it's already starting to get sort of a blend to it. I really like the way this eye look goes with my eye color, because I have brown eyes. It just really goes well with them, I feel. I think it would look really pretty on lighter eyes too, though, kind of like that make them really the focal point. Okay, so that's how it's looking so far. So the next thing I'm going to do, I want to deepen up the outer V. So I think for that, what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to take a mix of Truffled, which is this shade, it's this shade right here in the Too Faced palette, and I'm going to take a shade, a little bit of the shade Pudding, and I'm going to mix them together and put them in the outer V just to kind of warm it up a little. I'm just going to use an even more detailed brush and just mix them together. Just put it on the outer V and a little bit onto the lid and in the crease just to kind of darken it all up. If it looks weird right now, it's gonna look weird, but once you blend it and add all the colors, it's gonna look okay. So I don't take it all the way in, I just stop like right here. And it's just to darken it all up. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, to kind of help blow it out, because it's kind of harsh right now, I'm going to take that same brush from earlier that I used the mousse shade on, and kind of just go over everything to kind of blend it all together. So just go over the edges, and it helps to really blend everything out so it's not so harsh. So just do that on both eyes. And it just kind of softens everything up. And I didn't put any more of that mousse shade on, it's just whatever was already on there. As I see, it already looks more blended and not as harsh as it did a second ago. Okay, so for the lid color, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the Vice 4 palette by Urban Decay. You can still get this one, and the Too Faced one is, it seems like it's permanent. The Gwen Stefani one is also limited edition, but you don't need the palettes. You can get other shades. NYX, I know for the shade I'm going to use from the Vice 4 palette, the shade Flame. NYX has, they're called the Prism eyeshadows, I believe. And I think they have one that's pretty similar to this one, so you can go to the drugstore and get shades that are similar. So, like I said, I'm going to use the shade Flame, and it's kind of this really pretty golden shimmery shade. It's got a little bit of like a pink tinge to it. It's really pretty. And I'm just gonna, what I'm gonna do now, sorry, that's my dog getting in the makeup. I'm going to take a flat brush, and I'm going to pack it with color, and I'm just going to take that on the lid, right up to that outer V, and kind of like layer over just the edge of the outer V. So I'm just going to take that, and pack it on, go up to the crease, and so you want it to meet and kind of overlap, but not completely overlap so that you lose all the darkness. Just the same on the other eye. So that's how it's looking so far. And I'm just going to blend it all out one more time. Just to kind of meld it all together. And I'm also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to deepen out that outer V again and then blend it one more time just to kind of bring back the darkness because it's kind of been covered up a little. Okay, so I did go off camera to do my brows, the eyeliner on my top line, and my bronzer and everything. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the shade Bitter from that same Vice 4 palette by Urban Decay, and I'm going to run it along my lower lash line to about here. And that's just going to kind of darken everything up and kind of copy what's going on the top lid down on the bottom. And it just kind of smokes everything out. And just makes it a little a little more complete looking in a way. See? Just run it. So after you've done that, I'm just going to use that same brush, and I'm going to take Flame again and run it on the inner portion. Just take it and run it right there until you meet that color. And again, it just copies whatever's on top and brings it down to the bottom. After I've done that, I'm just going to run a black eyeliner along inside my waterline, and I'm going to tightline. Okay, so see, it looks even more complete with the eyeliner. So the last step with eyeshadow, what that I'm going to do is I'm going to take this shade Crimper by ColourPop, and it's a really pretty gold shimmer, and I'm just going to take a more pointed brush, and I'm going to dab it on the inner corner just to bring some light to that inner corner. Take it, and I'm going to dab it right in there. Probably can't really tell, but see when I pull back, it just kind of brings some light right into that inner corner. So you look a little more awake. It's just really pretty. Again, you don't need that exact shade. A lot of places, I think Wet n Wild has a really good gold shade that you can use for this. So after you've put on mascara and false lashes if you want to, the eye look is done. And so it's just really pretty and blended. Kind of looks, I like it because it looks like a sunset. So the color, lip color I'm going to use is Clay Crush, and it's a Maybelline matte lipstick. And that's the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully next time I film, I'll get the lighting a little bit better. Thanks for watching, and bye!